Welcome back to the, final episode of this season. Data Life is getting dangerous. Having the Dark Master return onto the stage. You know, this is going to be difficult to watch anime. Thank you. Bushido narrowly, I'm going to say narrowly avoiding losing his life, but we don't actually know the, we don't actually know the true extent of what was going on there. And, you know, his healing abilities probably putting a bit of a kibosh on their whole plans. But is that going to be enough to bring Toga out of her despair here? Honestly, I have no idea. But it's going to be fun finding out. With so much action taking place outside, at least they're all in for a good fight. Let's hope it's animated well. Yeah, that would put a pause in anyone's day. Do I have subtitles on? I did not. But yeah, having Shido, see better days, but not exactly his worst injury. Remember, he had an entire hole blasted through his center thanks to a high-powered sniper, so this is just a flesh wound compared to that. Well, that is unless the blade itself has some sort of anti-spirit capabilities, in which case there might be some danger. So, we know that there's more going on here. This summoning of the Dark Lord, the plans that were in place, and whatever the hell she was trying to do, at least, with the whole time mechanics and stuff while they're inside trying to rescue Toka. And how many lives will be ruined just due to severe injury of Shido? We know there's at least everyone in the near vicinity. Inversion. Is that talking about the negative spirit emotion stuff? A neat new outfit change. Is that a black saddlephone? So, you know, all spirits kind of just are brought here, they wake up, they don't know what the hell's going on. Is this the other side of the coin there? They weren't trying to join forces. Right, it's to prove strength. Bit of a difference in power, I'm assuming. What was he supposed to do in that situation? Know that there's going to be enough wind power enough to block him and throw him back? Is this really just a... I brought you here to fight? What a transition over to her Who's the most insane competition? Honestly, it's a tie. Real toss-up. So many entrants. Is this just a endurance battle to see if she can, well, last until this her body is overcome by this crimson licorice? I think she needs to up her accuracy stat. In fact, she's not even really moving. An Oriental kid. Well, maybe there's a few factors into the hiring practices which didn't work in this Jessica's favor. And fair. Is she trying to completely disable her armament without actually hurting the one operating it? Was it too far gone for that? Huh? That wasn't really much of a battle, was it? Are you gonna ask some bullshit question? Nobody? Sure. Absolutely not. Drop. Deserved. But yeah, having so many lives kind of, I don't know if it's brainwashed into following him with wanton abandon or just hiring those with a certain disposition. I was about to say, why is all the battles like in such darkened areas? You can't really see what's going on. Then you get massive light beam. Although if that can't do it, then is this stomps the sword of a bare hand? Yeah, that's not boding well for her. Yeah, don't dish it out if you can't take it. Of course not. Don't get the wrong idea. She was just making sure that her dress didn't get dirty, that was all. And what, if they can prove that they can handle this kind of danger? If she's in top... What, is this a off day? Don't try to back out now. Finish what you started. Well, you're just going to let this inverted dark version of the princess just, well, play around for a bit? More than he knows about himself. Knows nothing about its... They're not here to fight. Hopefully she recognizes that at least. This overpowered tank. If there were going to be any sort of classes, maybe Toka would be the one to take the brunt of all the attacks. Don't stand around chatting and ignoring her. Where did this name come from? Is her memory of the times they spent together going to break through this inversion? That's what you need. Darkest despair can be overcome with a few dates. This goes, what, beyond spirit powers? I mean, it would be, I have no idea who you are situation, isn't it? Just go and get some bread. That would do it. Where's the nearest bakery? But will Sandalphon, who chose him, allow that to come to pass? Still not trying to help. And when what doesn't back it up? So go prove it. Go and die for your cause. So, can we sit down and have a conversation? I mean, she might not have any memories or even knowledge of this world, but surely breakfast, that gives a little sway in her thinking. Does her impression, would it get through to this inversion? If they're all pointed in, you're focusing the effects. I mean, while you're explaining this, she can hear it and be like, oh, okay, I'll just, mosey on down over here instead. But from below as well. I like how it's just a mere inconvenience rather than anything else. Although, is it going to... or is it going to hit her in the head? The fact that she's, got to take breaths every now and again kind of limits her power. But also, yeah, she can't sing. Getting stage fright. What, dive in the way? When we have a melancholic sort of backstory and understanding of the character, well, of herself, what's truly important to her. Well, puts in good stead being able to... What were they up to? Put in good stead to, what, seal her powers later? They're busy. Wow, looks like they have a little free will back. Do they sense something is wrong? And where to go? They just worked out what the hell's going on. It's always amusing to see that kind of animation when they kind of give up. Just... We have nothing to talk about here. More important stuff. Drastic... Was that using... Headphones died again. Is this him using Yoshinon's power now? Was he also going to bring in stuff from the Berserkers? Maybe even Phoenix. Someone that would throw his own safety to the side. That name, that indomitable spirit of just jumping into the fray whenever necessary. That's one way to regain focus, I guess. You know, a little research into what is going on with this inversion, and oh, the throne's coming down again. Although this time, a bit more detail. And the... yeah... Shark sword? Neat design. Not quite got her... even if it means sealing away her powers, if it gives him the opportunity to use some as well. A musical interlude? Right. Just wait for him to get back. When the music kicks off, you know things are about to get serious. And I know that this episode is a bit longer than some of the others, especially since... well, I had to pause it a second ago, so I saw how long it was. The inversion, it's breaking. If despair turned her into that form, hope and trust will break her out of it. There's going to be a lot of rebuilding effort going on. Just outdoing their own battle and everything. Getting wiped out in an instant. Oh crap, this is like a One Punch Man kind of aftermath. Have you checked behind you? I was kind of expecting a different kind of saviour there, but that works. I'm glad that it's doing it in order, having Yoshino and the Berserkers come in and assist in different ways. Having that being the moment that she remembers, almost snaps her out of it, throwing away his weapon to show that he's not here to fight. So her numbers, what do they show? And yet, she's not really fighting it, is she? I mean, it would definitely make someone drop their guard. And which is the true self? This version of her who knows nothing of the world? Or the one who has been walking around it for the past few months? Is Ike going to learn a thing or two after her? Hang on, how did he just do this? We thought this inversion was going to go on a rampage. It will be in about 4.5 minutes. Well, that's fine. But if the dark version was to return, is she going to remember this moment? Just in time for the sun to come out, so we can finally see the city in all of its glory. Wow, the pirouette into shadows. He never stops, does he, this Shido? She does, but there is one exception. Apparently that's all you need to do to gain someone's favour. Almost die. Seems like a high bar. Well, that was easy. I mean, using a spirit dress as an outfit. Have you noticed it's gotten a little breezy around here? Wait, you can steal powers? And in that precise moment, when she did literally lose her voice, he jumped in. More than just kind words, this lad. Let's hope no one stumbles in on them in this embrace. Her idol career might take a nosedive if anyone gets a picture of this one. Bonbon core. I mean, you've seen this scene several times before. Of course he will, but put on some clothes. You probably don't want to go. Well, actually, no. Her ticket sales might skyrocket if you went on stage like that. And this time, a song that's devoid, free of suggestion and hypnotism. Are they going to stick around and actually listen? I mean, it's got to start somewhere. Sing in the shower. Well, are they hearing her for the first time? Seems she hasn't lost her magic and skill. Even not using her magic and skill. But a story of rebuilding one's career after being derailed by the powers that govern it due to corruption and everything else that goes on in pretty much most industries. It's a good tale, even if it did have a messy middle. I'd like to say that, our reality will learn something, but after several stories that I've heard this week, I very much doubt that the idol industry will change. Wait, who was that? Yeah, sudden silence. Hang on, what? He is going to be the talk of the town for a while. Although I wonder how many people in the crowd are going to believe that it was talking to them. I mean, yeah, have you seen the crowd that currently follows him? Oh, wow. Was that 27 minutes already? I guess all's well that ends well. His powers once again coming in useful. And due to an understanding of her, oneself, fully acknowledging it, she doesn't need to control people's desires and thoughts any longer. He has some hefty weights on his shoulders, though. One wrong move or misstep, and the trust is lost. But will she slip back into her old ways? Well, I guess it depends on the ticket sales and the CDs. But it was an interesting arc, especially seeing that once again, not exactly what she was looking for, hidden somewhere else out there. And how many spirits are dwelling in that void yet to come over? And or just hiding in the inversions? Is it better that way, or would you rather divulge everything that she did, including destroying half the town, or 1/10 of the town? Well, I guess you filled in the blanks yourself. What happened in that last moment, though? Did she just, not execute him? And this time, there's not a sniper behind him. Is that a promise he can actually keep? I was going to say. There's precedent for it. He knows that he can bring her back. Thanks, just not. Have they earned it? Hopefully they don't get any weird thoughts like the best way to be able to get that hug and affection is to start a rampage. But Mondays and Thursdays, you split it up, you share on the weekend. Just slip away unknown. Damn it! The only one he truly couldn't escape. Is there a space on the Ratatoska where he can get to? Yeah, this is exactly what I would have expected from Data Life. A somewhat easy conclusion just through the power of good graces and... Well, I guess he put everything in place beforehand, so a lot of hard work and build-up actually paying off. Only to come and bite him in the face when he makes a new friend. But out of all of the spirits, having Mika be the one to have the most build up and the most level of trust breaking through that barrier that she put up with herself for herself, considering what she went through. For Shido to come and tear that down by keeping his promise, by being the non-changing state of just, I want to help. How long is it going to be before that actually gets him into trouble? And I mean proper trouble. Everyone that he's kind of said that to so far has at least done good by him, even if a few of them. Kurumi, for example. Wanting to destroy a lot, not really understanding where her plan is going. What is it that she's looking for? We know that she's, well, not adverse to certain things, but taking life force from some to suit her own goals. As long as she's cleaning up the city while she does it. So what the hell was Ike's plan? Release this inversion. Oh, cool. It is powerful. We know, okay, cool. It will be a tough fight, but we'll prove ourselves. Oh, you're not looking like you're going to win. You're running away while making excuses for yourself. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. Leave it just to do its own thing out here in the ether. What the hell was that? No, seriously, what the fuck was that? I've seen some really brain-dead plans, but what? There wasn't even a backup. You didn't have anything here other than summon powerful being, defeat powerful being, go home, have a cup of tea. I think you missed a few steps there, my lad. Unless, he read the script and realised, oh, Shido's going to steal it anyway. I guess there's no point sticking around. But yeah, this has been a long one in the making, setting bits and pieces up in the story actually to pay off, even if some are just dumb character traits like soy flour bread. I made a joke about it earlier, but it reappeared near the end, didn't it? With the seasons yet to come, is there going to be more spirits that get introduced to join their little family and party and live with them? I really do think that one is enough, let alone a lot. But Origami needs a little bit of a power-up. She's just there at the minute. She's not really done all too much other than be a thorn in the side of those around her, which is helpful in its own right. Just I'd like her to do something of note. But I might have to wait for the next season to do that. And so might you. But if you enjoyed this one, let me know. Leave a like and a comment on the video if you noticed anything interesting, or if I missed something obvious. Maybe even join onto the channel, subscribe to see the next one and not miss out. There's also my Discord if there's anything that catches your fancy, or just want to hang out and chat, or just want to see what votes are going on. But for now, grab yourself a drink, maybe a long hard rest. I'll see you in the next one. I don't believe I've turned anyone's life around or caused them to rethink anything, but there are a few out there who've decided it is the right thing to do to help support the channel. Not sure why, not sure what I've done to deserve it, but I do need to thank Sal, Guado, Kite, Wolfie Sensei and everyone else. For if it wasn't for them, this channel wouldn't have survived the first Spacequake, let alone everything since.